Good evening, bonsoir, buenas tardes. A lot of people are telling me my opinion is something they put a lot of value on. So, today I'm about to share with you my opinion, my vision on three subjects. Not on scooters. The first subject, the first part of this video will be about Freemasons and what I understand from this cult, this religion, this secret organization that is not so much secret. Then the second part will be about their agenda. I'm not saying that the deceiver or the controller of this world are Freemasons, but there is a high chance they are. And then the last part, I will talk about my vision of life, how life works, how the past is the future, and I will do some prediction for the future. For 100 years, for 1,000 years, very deep future, because I've studied the very deep past, and the past is the future. So, let me start by saying that everything I'm about to say is just my own vision, my own opinion of some deep research that have made on the internet in some very ancient books. And also, it's a part of research from my friend Ryan Zem, who studied Freemasonry very deeply. Then the agenda and the life and the future is all from my own perspective, from my own study. Hello. And yeah, so let's start. Ah, merci beaucoup, j'apprécie. Bonne soirée. Merci. So, let's start with Freemasonry. Freemasonry. There's some people in charge or in control or that are influencing this world right now. It's a very large group that I think are Freemasons. Who are the Freemasons? From my research, it's a cult. It's a cult, and the whole foundation of the cult is based on lies. So even in this organization, in this group, in this cult, in this hidden religion, because the cult is a facade, or the organization is a facade, and then inside you have a fraternity of a fraternity based on tons of lies, and then you have the whole purpose of this cult, which is Freemasonry, which is Satan. Satan is God. So for them, I will just explain what I think Freemasonry is, and then I will tell you guys how they operate and who they are. So Freemason, they operate based on lies, or for them it's maybe not lies, but this is the foundation of their own religion. So for them, Satan is God, bad is good, the darkness is the light. So every time you see or hear a Freemason organization telling you information, you need to flip it 180 degrees and you will find the truth. A couple weeks ago, I've made a video on Freemasonry, and then someone posted a comment on the video saying that everything that I was saying wasn't true. So I became even more curious about it, and I've spent weeks and weeks going back into my research, going back on archive.org, going back on YouTube, talking with Ryan Zem, and I came back to the same conclusion. So maybe this guy is a Freemason. Maybe this guy told me that everything I was saying was false because it was true. And he didn't like the fact that I was sharing this with you guys. So maybe this guy was a Freemason, and that's the whole purpose of his intervention, was to prevent me from sharing the truth. Now, you need to understand that we need them. And even in the ancient books, that I found on archive talking about Genghis Khan and the Tartarian era. There's always the light and the darkness, and they know this. Look at their floor on their in their lodge. It's always checkerboard, black and white, because that's the duality of this world. We need it. And their role, what they are doing, they are playing our darkness. So there's some people watching this video and you feel inside like you are the light, like you are doing good in this world, you are helping each other, you're trying to spread the truth, you're seeking the truth, you're doing research, you want to help the person next to you, you want to spread love, you want to get together and not devise with each other. That's light. But they are playing the darkness, our darkness. Without them, light wouldn't exist. So all the Rockefeller's organization, the CDC, the WHO, every media company, the oil industry, the bank industry, the metal steel industry from the Carnegie, you can believe that those are Freemason organization. Right now, what's happening in this world is a spiritual war. It's not a physical war. How do we get on the battlefield? It's the collective. We're millions and millions and millions of people. I don't know the exact number. I won't tell you the number that they have been telling us because maybe this is a gigantic lie. Maybe we're not 7.8 billion people on this earth. Maybe that's a gigantic lie. Who knows? Nobody knows how many people on this earth. Just think about the way we should have done the data analysis to be able to know the number of birth. Only probably the hospital or the people in pharmaceutical company would know. Who owns the pharmaceutical company? Every billion-dollar company is Freemason. So you best believe that the pharma industry is owned by Freemasons or influenced by Freemason. You need to know that there's levels to this organization of Freemasonry, this cult. So the names that we are hearing, let's say we're talking billionaire, we're talking Bill Gates, we're talking Elon Musk, we're talking Warren Buffett, we're talking Jeff Bezos, we're talking Mark Cuban, we're talking many people that you hear that are billionaires, Richard Branson, um, they are probably Freemason. If you look around in what they have been doing, every famous people is part of the cult. They don't have any choice. So they are getting together. They are doing reunion every weekend or every 2 weekend. I don't know how they operate exactly. And just the fact that they are getting together and sharing this darkness information or darkness energy, they are going on the battlefield. The highest rank Freemason is a 33rd degree. And then every time you step up from degree 1 to degree 33, you have to make a ceremony. And during those ceremony, they do all kinds of stuff that are getting crazier and crazier and crazier and crazier for you to, how can I say this, to be initiated. into that new degree that you are entering. They make you swear, they make you do oaths of secrecy. So you are writing down, signing, telling that you won't ever share the knowledge that is shared inside the lodge. You will never tell anyone what Freemason is all about. If you share, probably you are lying because you made a pact under oaths of secrecy that you won't. And if you do, you sign a paper saying that those people that are at the top of the Freemason organization, they can do crazy stuff to you, even kill you with a very special way. They can cut your head. It's written, and I will post it in this video. They have many books to follow. And how can we identify a Freemason? The most recent one that went publicly, I don't know, like in a recent event that most of you probably know, is at the VMAs award or something like this, when Will Smith did a slap to this other guy, I don't know, Chris something. And then he went on stage a little bit later during that night, and before doing his speech, he went like this. That's called the hidden hand of the second veil. That's called the hidden hand of the second veil. So if someone that is famous or anyone that is on television, television, it's telling you lie by vision, because the channel company, the television's company are owned by Freemason. Every billion-dollar company, I repeat. If they do those signs, this sign, this sign, this sign, what are the other signs? This sign, this sign. All of those signs are Freemasons. So pay attention. Even the ancient paintings, the ancient pictures that you will see in his story book or his story mainstream video, you might see a sign like this. And that tells you that this guy or this girl, mostly you will see guys, girls are very, very, very rare, and I don't even think they are Freemasons. They are probably a cult that are close to Freemasonry. So with those signs, they are telling you who they are. Symbols don't lie. Words does. Humans does. Humans can lie, but symbols don't lie. And it's been like this in history forever. If you are able to read symbols, you are able to read the truth. So now I've talked to you about the duality. So they are playing our darkness and we are the light. For them, Satan is God. For them, the bad is good. For them, the lie is the truth. So be careful when you are listening to Freemason organization. I told you the organization. NASA is definitely a Freemason organization. Everything related to the government is a Freemason organization. The CDC, the WHO, the anything related to pharmaceutical, health, schools. Who thought schools was an organization? Just research the educational board funded by John D. Rockefeller. You will see. Then I've talked to you about the spiritual war. I've written here, spiritual war equal influence has many. Influence has many souls. So the more souls we are able to influence as the collective, the more we control this reality because we are one. So if you are able to influence millions and millions of minds to think the same thing, you are controlling the one. You are controlling the one person that we are, the brain of the one person, of the one, of the collective. So that's the war. It's to influence as much people, whether into the darkness or into the light. And I hope and I try to influence you guys into the light. They are doing the opposite. They want to influence you guys into the darkness, into division, into fear, lots of fear, because fear is the lowest vibration. I'm trying to share truth. I'm trying to share love, which is the highest vibration. Then this is what I said. I said equal influence as many. Influence as many equal mind of the collective. So we control the mind of the collective. Controlling the mind of the collective equal the level of our reality. So it controls the reality that we live in. If everyone is in fear, if millions of people are in fear, we will live in this low vibration energy, in this low vibration reality. If everyone is in love, no fear in their body, helping each other, exchanging with one each other, sharing knowledge, then we are growing into love, and now we are at the highest vibration. Fear, opposite of love. Moon, sun, negative, positive, cold, hot, bad, good, feminine, masculine, dark, light. You see, there's a duality in everything. This life is based on duality, and they know this. So we need to start, and I wrote over here, we need to start to loving them, to love them, and to understand or understand that all they are doing is playing their role in this duality. You see, we shouldn't look at them and be like, I hate it. I hate them. Because this is fear and this is being sad. This is low vibration. Look at them. You can research them. There's nothing wrong in researching them and understanding who they are. Because the knowledge and truth actually will grow up and elevate our collective consciousness. So research them. Research Freemasons, then research the Rockefeller families, research Rothschild families. There's a nice documentary on the internet that is called How Big Oil Conquered the World. Look it up on YouTube. It's the reality of our world. There's some dark energy, because if there's no dark energy, there's no light. And if I'm not light, then there's no dark energy. So it's the duality. How they operate. They will do bad and stupid and illogical things for us to awake. All this pandemic that was totally organized and it's not finished. Now it's just a little break for people to forget what just happened in the past 2 years. All this pandemic is for us to awake. So they will do more and more stupid things more and more illogical things for you, for you, for you, for you. One day you will see and look and awake, because you will think, hey, this is completely illogical. It doesn't make any sense. You will start your research, you will connect some dots, and you will see that, there's no logic, there's no sense. It was a lie. It was a lie all the time. So that's a hard truth. And a hard truth, what it does to the body, it's awakening your soul. When you are seeing that all your life you lived in a lie, it's done. You are awakening now. You are seeing things completely differently. So I said they do bad, stupid things for us to awake. It will get more and more illogical to push the awakening. So this is just the beginning. The last 2 years is just the beginning. Things will go on almost forever until you awake and you start to focus on knowledge and you understand that the central banks, the Rothschild family who owns the central banks, are actually controlling your life with a little piece of paper with symbols on it. And if you look at the piece of paper called money in the US, there's tons of Freemason signs on it telling you we are in control. The USA, it's not the land of the freedom like the people think, land of the freedom. No, it's not. It's the land of the Freemasons. It's their land. This is where the core of the Freemason is, in the USA. So at the last part of this video, I wanted to say that we should thank them, because nobody wants to play this role of the dark energy, of living in fear all the time, in lies, and doing crazy, illogical, irrational actions. Like in their lodge, if you start to study them, they do very crazy stuff. Like pedophilia is normal for them because it's bad, so it's good. You see? They completely confuse the whole duality point. So they do tons of bad things in this world, but they are playing their role. So they play the darkness in the past also. If you start to study ancient books about Genghis Khan and other ancient people, they went against Freemasonry because they were. So this is a part where I'm not sure. They were probably part of a religion called Christianity, which at that time was the light. It wasn't corrupt yet. So the Christianity was the light. They were going against Freemasonry in that spiritual war. Because the one who influenced the more minds in this world will actually change the reality we live in. If there's millions and millions of souls and minds that are on a frequency of love, then we will live in that reality. If there's millions and millions of minds that are in that frequency of fear, then we will live in that reality. So it's a spiritual war, I repeat, and the light, the people that are watching this video and feel like they are the light inside, we need to get together and share the truth and understand that everything that is happening, everything that we are told through television and also this little cell phone is mainly a lie, especially when it comes from gigantic company. Or when you go on YouTube, they infiltrated YouTube a long time ago. So if you see channels that have a gigantic budget, it's probably them. If you see channels with millions and millions and millions of subscribers, like National Geographic, definitely a Freemason organization. NASA is definitely a Freemason organization. SpaceX is a Freemason organization. Elon Musk is definitely a Freemason. Everyone that is famous. And I will post in this video tons of pictures of famous people that you know, that probably were your idols when you were younger, that are Freemasons. because Freemasonry is over this game of Monopoly. I call it this game of Monopoly. What we are playing right now in this city with Monopoly money, to me it looks like Monopoly. It's just bigger scale. And see it that way. People are playing in the game. But let's say I'm the Freemason, I'm the Rothschild, I'm the Rockefeller, I'm the beginning of this Freemasonry new era, and I've made this game, I've created this game. I'm not playing in the game, I'm playing over the game. So I will look over the game and I will see the little people playing in the game. And I see someone getting famous because he's doing good stuff. He's doing good music, for example. He's getting famous. He's getting famous slowly and slowly. So I will continue to watch him. And eventually he's getting too famous. Now he has the potential to be a very influential person in that spiritual war. And the last thing I don't want to lose control because I'm winning this war. I'm the Freemason of the darkness, for example. So I'm seeing him, let's take for example 50 Cent, okay? He comes from the ghetto, he's growing up, he's doing lots of good music, and he's getting very famous, very famous. Eventually he's getting too famous. And now I'm thinking, I don't want this guy to awake too much and eventually spread some truth about this world without our permission. So what I will do, I will look in my Freemason organization and I will take someone that is a producer, a famous producer, and I will send him to meet 50 Cent. And I will tell him, offer him a gigantic contract and millions of dollars. He comes from the ghetto, so if you offer him millions and millions of dollars and exposure and famous status, like you open all the doors for him to become famous, he will accept, he will sign, and he won't know that he's part now of the Freemason, and he has his throat pretty much tied up because he cannot talk, he cannot tell the truth because he's now part without knowing. And many people that are becoming very famous, like from one day to another, what's happening is all the doors are getting open suddenly. But how? It's because they have access now. They've signed their soul. Because the Freemasons will open all the doors for you to become famous when they know you cannot tell the truth or awake people in the light, in the love. Now they will open all the doors. They don't care. So all the famous people that you see on your television, that you've saw on your television, the rappers, the famous singers, the actors, celebrities, anyone that you might think of are part of the Freemason cult. So to conclude, they are our darkness. We are the light. The duality is everything in this world. So don't hate them, just understand them. And when you know who they are and how they operate, just thank them and focus on yourself. Focus on growing in the light. And now, no, not one of their lies will enter your soul because you know what's happening. You know it's all distraction. You know what's happening. You know it's all distraction. You are the light. Let's grow in love. Let's unite.